Two people invest 12,000 each in shares. One earns 900, other earns 1200. Same money, different return. Why? Because return depends on market value, not just dividend rate. In the next 22 minutes, I'll show you exactly how to calculate this, and we will solve some examples from the textbook. Hello everyone, welcome back to your own channel Quantum Math. We are continuing with our third chapter, second video, dividend income, return percentage and some reverse problems. These are the learning objectives of today's video. So let's begin. Before starting any problems, I want to just emphasize on this golden rule here. It says, just a second, let me start my marker. Okay. The golden rule says dividend equal to rate percentage multiplied by the face value. So we have already learned that dividend is always calculated on the face value of any share, not on the market value of the share, because market value keeps on changing and face value remains fixed. And the return on any of your investment in stock market via dividends should be calculated like dividend divided by the total investment what you have done multiplied by 100. This give you return percentage. For example, yearly 10%, 9%, 2%, 5%, whatever the company is giving you dividend. Some companies don't give any dividend. Their market value keeps on upgrading, increasing. So what happens? You get a premium amount on your investment, but they don't give any dividend. So in such scenario, you will get the return as 0% in terms of dividends, but in terms of market value, you might get 30-40% also in 1 year for few stocks. So this works in this manner. However, let's do some problems so you will understand how we are calculating all these things. Example, a man invests 9,600 on rupees 100 share, means the face value of the market value of this share is rupees 100, and for how much he is buying that? He is buying at rupees 80. Okay, so here, if the company pays him 18% dividend, find the number of shares is buy. This is the face value 100 and he bought it at 80. It means he got it in discount, right? So the face value of the share is 100 and 18% should be calculated on what? On the face value. So first of all, we will find out number of shares he bought and total annual dividend and percentage of return. So there are three different things. First, as usual, what we will do, we will write whatever is given here. Okay, whatever is given in this problem, let's write it down, and what is required from us, we should be clear about it. So first of all, total investment is there. Yeah, investment total 9,600, and then we have market value. Market value per share is 80 rupees. So if you are going now and buying, investing 9,600, so number of shares will be divided by 80, right? So if you are finding number of shares and whatever is given, dividend percentage is 18%. This is equal to 18%. Got it? These three things are given, and we are finding out what we are finding out. The first of all, total number of shares he has bought. Number of shares, very simple. Investment divided by the market value. You will give number of shares bought equal to 9,600 divided by 80. So that will give you number of shares 120 shares. So how many shares he bought? 120 shares he bought. Got it? Simple, right? So you have to be keen on these wordings. What is market value? What is face value? You should be knowing. Otherwise, if you divide it by 100, you will get 96 shares, which will be wrong, right? So we are purchasing on whatever is market value. Market value most of the times will be more than the face value. In this case, we are getting at a discount, but in most cases we get at premium. So remember this point. Second, total annual dividend. How much dividend he will get? It will be on the face value, right? So dividend percentage, face value equal to rupees 100, which is given, and the dividend percentage equal to 80. So here total dividend will be total dividend what he is getting is how much? For one share he will get 18 rupees, right? Because the face value is 100, so one share is 18 rupees. So total dividend will be in 120 multiplied by 18. 120 shares will yield how much of dividend? That will be equal to 2160 rupees. 2160 rupees. This is the second one. Third, percentage return on the shares. As you know, percentage return, dividend divided by the total investment. So dividend is how much? 2160 divided by total investment 9600 multiplied by 100 will give you how much percentage? 22.5%. Right? So like this we have got all the three answers. Hope this makes sense. If some of the items I have not made clear in this, please ask me in the comments so that I will clarify in the next class during our doubt clearance session. Okay, moving on, there is a tip given. The shares are at discount here, as I said, because 80 rupees is the market value, which is less than the face value. That's why we are calling it as discount. So whenever discount rate is given, return percentage will be higher than the dividend percentage. Here you can say dividend percentage we have got 18 and return percentage we are getting 22, which will be higher. So this will be the scenario. Got it? For international students who are following IGCSE curriculum, this is a classic shares below par problem. So you call it shares below par here. So same method in Cambridge, finding number of shares, then the income and the yield rate. Maybe wordings might change, but the formulas and problems remain same for all of you. Moving on, next example. Mr. Parekh invested 52,000 on rupees 100 shares at a discount of rupees 20. Here same problem, 100 rupees is the whatever is the face value given. Okay, 100 rupees is the face value and the market value is 80 rupees. Okay, and dividend percentage is, don't get confused with dividend percentage and discount percentage, both are different. So dividend yield or dividend percentage is 8% and sells the shares at a premium of rupees 20. Now at the end of 1 year he sells the share at premium of rupees 20. Okay, now what does it what do you mean by this? So his selling price of the shares will be 100 rupees face value plus 20, which will be 120. Selling price of shares he sold at rupees 120. Okay, so he bought it at 80 and selling at 120. Good profit he made in 1 year. So what will be the annual dividend? What will be the annual dividend for this? Annual dividend will be 8% of how much he has purchased. So one more thing I missed, that is the investment. Investment was how much? 52,000. 52,000 was the total investment he made. So number of shares will be how much? Number of shares will be investment divided by what was the market value at that time. 52,000 divided by market value when he purchased was rupees 80. So number of shares will be 650. Number of shares will be 650 he bought. Got it? So now he sells the shares at a premium of 20. So 120. For each share he got a profit of 40 rupees. So first we will find out what is the annual dividend. What is annual dividend? He got 8%. So dividend formula you know very well. What is the dividend formula? Rate percentage multiplied by the face value. Okay, so rate percentage is how much here? 8%. 8% multiplied by 8%. No, what was the face value? 100. So for each share he is getting how much? 8 rupees for each share. But he's having how many? He's having 650. So for 650 shares he will get total of 650 into 8, which will be 5,200 rupees. 5,200 rupees is the total dividend on 650 shares. Clear? Now, moving on. Next, total annual profit. So, total annual profit means including the dividend, everything, whatever profit he has gained. So, total profit will be how much? First of all, 40 rupees on the each share he got. So, that will be 650 into 40 rupees premium he got. So, if you multiply, that will be 65 into 4 is to 60, 2600, 26,000. 26,000 he has got as a only profit from the market value, which has increased. Now, plus one more thing he has got, which is this 5,200. So, the total profit will be how much? 31,000. Total profit will be 31,200. Understood? This is the value you got due to the market value raised. This you got because of the company paid dividend. Both of you club together to get the total profit. I hope this makes sense. Moving on. So this is also the same buy at discount, sell at premium type of question. And when you make profit with dividend and price increase, so we have to include both of them to get the annual profits. Understood? Good. So now moving on. Vivek invest 4,500 rupees in 8%. 10 rupees 10 is the face value, 15 is, it is at premium, 5 rupees premium he has got on the, he has not got, but the share was at 15 rupees, which was at premium. He bought at premium, got it? And when the price rises to 30, double the price, he got double, and invest proceeds in 12%. And shares at 125. Calculate the sale proceeds, the number of 125 shares he buys, the change in his annual income and dividend. Okay, this question is 4,500 he invested, and first kind 300 shares he has got, and selling price was 30. So double, right? 4,500 he invested and he got 9,000 rupees when he sold it at 30 rupees. Understood? So second is market value was of the second share was 125, and he got 72 shares by investing the same 9,000 rupees in that. Okay. So what's happening here? First he bought in the first stage. He invested 4,500 in how many rupees? 15 rupees share was there. That's why he got how much? He got how many shares? 300 shares he got, and he sold it at 30 rupees. So he got rupees 9,000. Understood? So 4,500 to 9,000. This was the first leg. In the second leg, this 9,000 he invested again in how much rupees share? 125. The number of 100 rupees, 125 shares he buys. Okay, and here it's not given what was, okay, market value was 125. So if you divide it, you will get how many shares? 9,000 divided by 125 will give you 72 shares he bought. Understood? So now face value of rupees 72 shares, second kind will be 7,200. Income from will be what is not okay. Proceeds in 12%. 12% he is getting as income. So for 72 shares, if you are getting 12% of income on the face value, how much will be? So 100 rupees was the, so you know that 12 rupees you will get. So 72 into 12 if you multiply, you will get 864. This was the dividend yield from the second leg. Okay. So the total annual yield, the total will be how much? The number of 125 shares he buys, the change in the annual income 864. Okay. One more thing it is asking the number, the change in his annual income from the dividend. How much change it has? So change will be 864 minus, first he was getting how much? 8%, right? 8% on this 10 rupee shares. So first yield was, first dividend was how much? 8% of, which will be how many shares he was having? he was having 300 shares. 3 8 3 is 24. 240 rupees was the dividend yield from the first transaction. But now he is getting 864. Got it? So how much? And he sold it right after the proceeding. So the 864 was the new one, and old was 240. So increase of 624 is the, there was an increase of 624 rupees as a dividend. Understood? I hope this makes sense. I'll try to write the complete steps in the description as well for this problem. Okay, if you have any doubts you can ask. Okay, so basically the key steps and to transfer any problem is find sale proceeds, old shares multiplied by the sale of the market value, and now find new shares, how many proceeds you have got plus the new market value. Calculate the old income and the new income, compare them and find the difference. This is the whole step by step, and if you are able to do it, do it. Otherwise put it in comments. I'll try to give the complete steps in the description. Okay, so these are some important formulas. Quick formula is return percentage is dividend percentage multiplied by face value divided by the market value. Example, 8% of 100 rupees share at 80. So how will you do it? 8 multiplied by 100 divided by 80. So 10% will be the return percentage. Understood? So if it is given in this form, directly you can get the return percentage as well. No need to just multiply with all the shares, number of shares, getting the income, and then finding the return percentage. Okay, this is the short form. Okay, so that's it in this video. I hope you liked the content. If you really like it, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel Quantum Math. Thank you. Bye.